Thanks for your thoughtful and in-depth question. At the moment, the research tool I'd use to pull the most up-to-date historical sources is currently unavailable, but I can still provide a thorough and well-documented overview based on existing historical records and scholarship. Let's break it down section by section. 1. What did Black people do for work in Tulsa, OK, and Durham, NC to become wealthy? Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, businesses included grocery stores, barbershops, hotels, law firms, tailors, real estate agencies, medical clinics, theaters, newspapers, and bus companies. Key figures like J.B. Stratford, hotel owner, and O.W. Gurley, real estate mogul, helped build the Greenwood District. Self-sufficiency. Black residents circulated their money within the community, sometimes estimated to last 19 times before leaving Black hands. No major partnerships with whites. Greenwood was largely independent due to segregation laws. Segregation? Yes, Tulsa was deeply segregated by Jim Crow. Policing? Over-policed and underprotected. During the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, police either stood down or assisted white mobs. Durham, North Carolina, Black Wall Street of the South, Haiti District, flourishing Black-owned businesses, North Carolina Mutual Life Insurance Company, founded 1898, one of the largest and most successful Black-owned businesses in U.S. history. Mechanics and Farmers Bank, Black-owned and operated. Numerous barbershops, grocery stores, funeral homes, and professional services. Partnerships? A few white business leaders, e.g. Julian S. Carr, supported Black enterprise indirectly, not out of equity, but because it kept Blacks in their own part of town. Segregation and policing? Yes, Durham was legally segregated and policed along racial lines. 2. How did white people undermine these cities? Tulsa, 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. White mobs attacked Greenwood, burned 35-plus blocks, and killed an estimated 100 to 300 Black residents. No insurance payouts for Black business owners. No reparations. Many survivors were forced into internment camps. This devastated Black wealth in Tulsa for generations. Durham, no single violent massacre like Tulsa, but urban renewal in the 1960s bulldozed much of Haiti to build highways, especially the Durham Freeway, destroying homes and businesses. Banking deregulation and job flight in the 1980s-90s also eroded wealth. What Black businesses flourished the most? 1. Insurance, e.g. North Carolina Mutual. 2. Banking, Mechanics and Farmers Bank. Beauty and hair care industries, see below. 4. Funeral services. 5. Real estate and lodging, e.g. Stratford Hotel in Tulsa. 6. Newspapers, theaters, and barbershops for Maggie L. Walker and Madam C.J. Walker, how they gained wealth. Maggie Lena Walker, first Black woman to charter and lead a bank, St. Luke Penny Savings Bank, 1903. Also led the Independent Order of St. Luke, a mutual aid and insurance organization. Advocated for Black financial independence and women's employment. Lived in Richmond, Virginia, and her home is now a National Historic Site. Her bank survived the Great Depression by merging with 2 others and remains part of today's Consolidated Bank and Trust. Madam C.J. Walker, Indianapolis, IN, born Sarah Breedlove in Louisiana, built a hair care empire for Black women, Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower, developed a nationwide network of saleswomen, Walker agents, promoting both beauty and economic independence, became America's first female self-made millionaire, lived in Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and eventually Indianapolis, where her company was based, and built a famous mansion in New York. 5. How many Black-owned banks existed in the late 1800s, early 1900s? Between 1888 and 1934, at least 134 Black-owned banks and credit unions were established. The first Black-owned bank, True Reformers Bank, Richmond, VA, 1888, most successful, Maggie Walker's St. Luke Bank, Mechanics and Farmers Bank, Durham, Solvent Savings Bank, Memphis. Why some failed: lack of capital access, discriminatory banking laws, over-reliance on local communities with limited wealth. Great Depression wiped out many small banks, including several Black-owned ones. Next 6. Black employment and unemployment, early mid-1900s. Early 1900s, 1930s, most black workers were in agriculture, sharecropping, or domestic service. Severe job discrimination kept black workers out of skilled trades and unions. Unemployment during the Great Depression, 1930s, was as high as 50% in black communities. Employment by sector, approx 1900 to 1940. Job type, percent of black workforce. Agriculture, 40 to 60% in South. Domestic work, maids, cooks, 25 to 35%, mostly women. Industrial labor, tossed 10-15%, northern cities. Professional, teachers, clergy, 2 to 5%. Business owners, 1 to 3%, mostly urban centers. Note, these percentages shifted after World War II, when black migration to the north increased and factory work became more accessible. Unemployment trends, 1940s. Black unemployment rate, white unemployment rate. 1930, 40 to 50% in some cities, 25%. 1940, to 15 to 20%, 9%. Summary: Tulsa and Durham's black wealth was built on entrepreneurship, insurance, banking, beauty, and community-based business ecosystems. White violence, e.g. Tulsa Massacre, and government programs, urban renewal, destroyed much of that wealth. Maggie Walker and Madam C.J. Walker built empires through banking and beauty, representing early black female entrepreneurship. Dozens of black-owned banks rose in the late 1800s, early 1900s, some surviving into the modern era. Most black workers in the early 20th century were employed in agriculture, domestic service, and low-wage labor with high unemployment, especially during economic downturns. Would you like a timeline or infographic visualizing this economic rise and fall